come over to our last presentation, and that is by the CS Reshmi winner of 2019, Dr. Vishal Agarwal, Associate Professor and Vitreoretina Consultant at SMS Medical College, Jaipur. So over to you, Vishal.
Sir, I need permission to share. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dr. Partha sir and AIOS Scientific Committee for having me here. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, Vishal, you are visible and audible.
So I'll just start with my edited clip of the 7-minute video which won in 2017.
The voice is not there, Vishal.
The voice is not there?
No,
There's no voice over.
No sound.
I'll just optimize it.
You need to stop sharing again.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Retinal detachment associated with macula are not an infrequent occurrence. Such cases form the primary indications of ILM peeling in detached retina. Routine ILM peeling with or without PFO in detached retina for these macular holes often result in suboptimal closure rates, especially if these are large holes. In 2010, authors from Poland described the inverted ILM flap technique for large macular holes with high closure rates. The inverted flap inside the macular hole induces glial cell proliferation, resulting in better closure rates. We apply the same principle to detached retina associated with macular holes, showing two techniques of inverting the flap in these cases. So to simplify things, the PFCL is used to attach the retina first at the posterior pole, and then the inverted ILM flap technique is used as we use it in attached retina. This case highlights the second technique described. The routine vitrectomy steps, the clearing of the vitreous, the staining of the posterior pole, and the installation of PFO to stabilize the posterior pole are completed. Then under high magnification, multiple small radial flaps of ILM are made and inverted over the macular hole. We believe that apart from glial cell proliferation, inversion of the flap creates a scaffold over which the new layer grows.
So the research question was why do not these holes close with ILM peeling, the routine ILM peeling? So retinal detachments with macular hole are not uncommon, and post-operative suboptimal visual outcomes with attached retina but open macular hole is often a cause of frustration for both the surgeon and the patient because there is a persistent scotoma in a well-attached retina. And in high myopes, if this happens during oil removal, you can have a risk of redetachment. And routine ILM peeling is not effective. And choosing the subject was in this case was improvising the already published technique of inverting the ILM, but there were some problems there. In 2010, we saw the advent of inverted ILM peeling in large holes, which increased anatomical closure rate to a great extent and increased more specifically of type 1 closure. So we thought, what if we could extend the indication in retinal detachment with macular holes. And at that time, peeling under PFCL, not many people were doing. And we tried that, and it was, very reproducible, very simple, and a very, low learning curve. So as regards to the study, there were some problems, and we thought of bypassing the present problems. So anatomical redundancy theory of retina doesn't work in detached retina for holes. Myopic holes, traumatic holes do not have the whole component for the whole like a tangential traction, which is described in attached retina. And inversion of the flap, of the ILM flap, is basically impossible in a detached retina due to obvious reasons. So what we thought was, we'll attach the posterior pole temporarily, as we do in retinal detachment surgeries with PFCL, and then do the ILM peeling under PFCL, and then aspirate the PFCL. And what we found was that peeling under PFCL was not just simple, but it made the ILM consistency into a thread-like consistency. So it rolled back into that hole, and it was stable even after the removal of the PFCL bubble. So what I feel more specifically for posterior segment surgeries, when you're making a video, most of the things the topic should be about a surgical innovation, or if you devised a new instrument, a new technique, or a series of rare cases, or a challenging case, or a difficult case in which you managed a complication. Routine cases do not generally win awards, even if you add all of the flashy things like animation, video, music, etc. And for making any video for any competitive entry, you should know about your equipment, your microscope, your beam splitter. Again, these are all more specific to posterior segment recording, because we work in a low light environment, and a simple camera may work for an anterior segment surgery recording, but you need specifics, more complicated specifics for posterior segment recording. A C mount, whether it is proprietary or a third party, because that can degrade the quality of the video. Which camera you are using, a 3-chip HD, a 4K camera, a mirrorless camera. And the fittings should be tight, there should not be any peripheral scotoma and focusing issues. You should know basic physics of the recording, the white balance which you have to adjust before every case, the ISO gain, the Kelvin temperature ratings, and the dynamic brightness. I will not go into detail, but these are very simple things to understand and learn, and even train your OT staff to do it when you are busy in your intricate surgeries. And as I said, the ingredients of the video are the microscope, the beam splitter, the camera, a good recording device, a conversion software where it does not degrade the quality of the video. These files are very large in HD camera systems, so archiving device, hard disk, which at least a 2 TB, a 3 TB, or a 4 TB storage device, and finally a simple to use editing software. So I use the medical grade camera everywhere I go. And you can also use a mirrorless camera, but my personal preference is a medical grade camera for posterior segment recording. Again, I say that. And it's all about the setting. See, the anterior segment view is the same. We are using the same camera in this clip. And
1 minute remaining.
Yeah, and just a shuffle of settings, and you can get a natural view under the camera, under the video. So if you don't change the settings frequently, you will not get a good video. Finally, the manufacturing part. So you go into the recording device, you do a conversion which is compatible with your editing software. I use Handbrake, which is a very simple to use and does not degrade the quality of the video. And for me, the iMovie software works fine. I've never used any other software. Cinematography, a soothing background score should be there, and a clear, slow noise, free voiceover should be there. The voice should not the background music should not be very loud. Animation is your choice. I am very fond of animation. 3D animation costs a lot of money, but I use them in my videos frequently. Making a good story has already been mentioned in the previous presentations. And movie clips, humor, theatricals are optional, and they're specific to some competitions, not specific to CSRHP, maybe ASRS. To thank my mentors, Dr. Pramod Bende, he's my guru. He has taught what I know in VR surgery. Dr. Lalit Verma, he's always pushing me, and my basic nature is I'm shy and introvert, and he always pushes me and introduces me to the top guns of ophthalmology, and says always positive things about me. So I'm always indebted to him. Dr. Suven Bhattacharya is fierce critic. So I always tell him he's the bully. And my first video presentation was in 2009, and in a full house, he criticized me like anything. So, and frankly speaking, that helped me a lot. So negative feedback is very important for improvement. And finally, Dr. Virendra Agarwal is the resource. When I asked him initial days, I did not have the funds. I asked him for a good camera, a good microscope. He bought me the next month. The study started in 2015, had very promising results. Now we have 150 cases with complete follow-up, and we have recently submitted for publication. So to conclude, for all competitive entries, know your purpose of recording, whether it is to teach yourself, to present in conference, or to compete at the highest level. Now that requires, a lot of passion, a lot of devotion, and you are bound to fail, and you have to fail and fail fast and recover and present again next year, because the competition is ever increasing, and there is a different recipe for different conferences. So you should know the format where you are submitting, and always invest in good equipment if you are competing at the highest level. Because if you are competing at the highest level, the rate of the return on investment is zero in these things. But the keepsakes finally at the podium when you get the award are worth every effort. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vishal. And over to Dr. Malika Goel and Amit for your comments, please.
Oh, excellent, Vishal. Yeah, Dr. Malika, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're the scientific committee.
It's okay. Please go ahead.
Okay.
You too.
Excellent concept, and it's good that we have a concept when you're making a video as the concept which helps the patient and the outcomes. So that you had a concept there. Whatever we try to present, there should be a clear concept and why we are doing it, how it helps the patient. The final beneficiary should be the patient. So that I think has to be kept in mind, and which you had. From the surgical point of view, I would just like to ask whether it's not possible to first do a fluid air exchange, drain the SRF so that the retina is flat, and then you can do it without PFCL also, in some cases at least, where the retina does settle with air exchange. So that's one of the ways. You could again put back infusion if you feel that the air doesn't give a good visualization, but then the retina is relatively flatter. But this is that's different point. Other thing to understand is that it's very difficult to record posterior segment videos easily. It's not as easy as anterior segment videos. The lighting has to be right. Sometimes the lighting is right for the surgery, but it's not right for the video. It's creating a glare. So one of our, the staff should be assigned to keep on looking at the monitor and tell us that there is a glare, so that we direct the light pipe away from the area of the surgery. Because when we need it there, but that causes a glare. Similarly, they should alert us about the centering, about the focus, and sometimes we need to increase the zoom a lot just to record a good video, but we don't really need that zoom. So intermittently we can zoom, but then again we should reduce it so that we are comfortable during operating. This is what I have realized over time as I have recorded my videos. And important is, of course, to record every case, because we never know what happens in any given case, but that's not relevant to your videos. For example, I had an endophthalmitis where I thought it would be a simple endophthalmitis and I did not want to record it. And ultimately it had a submacular IOL and we did not record that case. So these are the points I would like to make. Dr. Amit?
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Malika. So Vishal, as usual, whatever, I won't go for the retina part, but whatever points you mentioned for a good recording, each and every line, each and every sentence what you spoke is very relevant. So all the speakers, they have been talking about a concept. So for me, when I was preparing a video, Dr. had mentioned, Rohit also had mentioned about Dr. Ronald Yeo. So Dr. Ronald Yeo and Dr. Abhay Vasavda, my first presentation was in Top 10 session in APSCRS Jaipur, and they had given me a tip that Amit, the concept should not be too big or wide enough. You should always have a concept. Suppose we take an intumescent cataract. So we should not show everything about intumescent cataract. Just come to narrow the concept to one small point, how you want to decrease the intraventricular pressure. So you narrow down your concept and highlight only that particular thing into your video, and that's how you will go into the right direction. Every surgeon to get a recording system was a big deal in the previous years, because it was not easily available in every institute, or every private practitioner couldn't afford it. But now recording systems have been made affordable and everybody can afford it. So my request would be everybody should have a recording system. When I record each and every case of mine, quite a few times when I have a new staff and I'm putting the speculum and I ask them, have you started recording? Sir, abhi to speculum hi laga rahe ho. So no, even the way you put the speculum can lead you to some video in the future. So what I'm trying to tell you is, right from the beginning of your surgery, record each and every step. Learn to play with the softwares which are available. I usually play with the Windows Movie Maker or a Filmora. So learn to play with the software, because these video editing people, if you want to get it edited from the professionals, it is going to be very expensive affair. So of course, if you want to go for the higher award sessions, you need to invest money to make sure that your video is best. But what I would recommend is start playing with the softwares, learn by yourself, and record each and every step. As Dr. Malika also said, Dr. Usha Madam was saying that, orbit video recording is difficult, posterior segment is difficult. Every recording video is difficult. Even recording a cataract surgery, you are focused when you're operating onto the cataract. But it might be decentered, the eye might be decentered. So you always need a staff who keeps a track on the monitor and reminds you that whether you are off center or whether you are in the center. So it is an art, everybody has to learn it, but again, putting lot of animations, Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, everything, it just makes the video junk. So narrow it down, the concept, narrow it down, give a soft music or a relevant music to that particular step when you're demonstrating, lighter than what your voice is over there, and your video has to be focused. And these are the few tips which I would like from my side, and rest all of y'all have given very nice tips. I think this was one of the best Aspire webinars we had, because here the details of how you should aspire for an award for the CS Rashmi or for a video award has been discussed by all the panelists and by all the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you,
Over to
Amit.
you, Dr. Pata.
And once there is a complication, I think the whole focus of a surgeon should not be on feeling guilty or going into a devastation kind of depression. It should be totally solution based. The previous video where it showed you have to keep cool. That's very important. Just focus on the solution, and then later on there will be enough time for criticism and guilt. But
the onlookers jo hote hain na, onlookers, they make you feel guilty.
But when they see you're cool, then they also, they respect you more. Because when you start losing your control, then they realize.
One more thing, what Dr. Namrata ma'am was also saying, that the whole year around you have a timetable, you can prepare one video and submit it. So what Vishal pointed out is right. You can't just prepare one video and present that video in every conference, because every conference, they have their own concept of video submissions. So you have to alter a bit. So it's not one size fits all. So you have to alter the video based on the theme of the conference or the requirement of that particular conference.
Have to alter it. But what I mean to say is one basic video you've got to keep altering it, and then somewhere it'll be 8 minutes, somewhere 4 minutes. Sometimes you have to be smart to change the categories. Now, if I submit, say, something, in a category where everybody is submitting, like a cataract complication or something like that, it's good to change your category. You change it to, innovation section, or you change it to educational video, or you change it to something else, technique section. So you have to look out for the various categories that are available there. To change your category, if you think there's going to be a lot of competition in one particular category, that's how we do it. And
as a video evaluator,
Vishal is a prime example. I think I will highlight this. And proud student. But sir, he is a prime example that he's won all the international awards. I don't know when he won CS Reshmi, but prior to that, he had all the international awards, ASCRS, and all the ones in the international meetings. So he's a prime example, and the sentence that he said that you should achieve for the highest. So when you make that video, that should be your aim, and then you can circulate it. It may not happen in CS Reshmi, it doesn't matter, it will happen somewhere.
See, Vishal has been working very hard since the time I have known him, because I think CS Reshmi, I think he won in 2017, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir.
So, and from that onwards, he has been improving. And Vishal, today, if you see this video, this may not be your best video today, because he has improved so much I've seen a whole lot of his videos now, and each one is better than the best. And every time there is an improvement. So that is a sign of a good innovator or a researcher or a person with keen observation. You see, now he can conduct courses on how to make good posterior segment videos. Anterior segment videos are very simple to make, but posterior segment...
No, they are not simple to make at all.
They're
comparatively simple.
The debate later.
I think the most difficult.
One more thing which I...
No, plastic are most difficult.
Yeah, plastic,
Yes, sir, I agree.
I'm still here, sir. I'm still here.
प्लास्टिक में तो कुछ चाहिए नहीं, एक कैमरा चाहिए नॉर्मल टाइप का
No, ma'am, ऐसा नहीं है.
One more
Focus
thing.
at every layer.
One more thing I would like to point out.
We go deeper and
One
deeper.
more thing I would like to point out, as Dr. Namita ma'am told, that you should know when to change the category of a submission. So, as a video evaluator in AIOS, I have realized that the thought also, when I speak to people, IAS members, the thought is, यार हमें एंट्री सेगमेंट में तो बहुत ज्यादा सबमिशंस हो जाते हैं, रेटिना वाले तो हम है नहीं, तो जनरल फिल्म में सबमिशन कम होते तो वहां डाल देते तो शायद चांस मिल जाएगा. So it is not like that. It is totally a wrong concept which people are having. So you can't put a cataract, a surgical cataract video in a general film section.
You have to be
You can have an educative video in a...
Yeah,
that's
you
what.
got it wrong.
The trend, no, I'm not contradicting what you're telling. Yeah. So you have to be smart enough to see which category.
Where it will fit.
That's what I was trying to say.
So for
that
instance,
a person should be smart enough to fit the video.
If my resident or fellow is doing a video, I would say you submit it in your, you have a category first production or in-house production. So I would say you submit it there, or a young ophthalmologist production, submit it there. So you have to be smart to know where it is going to fit. You cannot put it in a category where it doesn't fit. Then it's no good.
Right.
In any case, I don't buy this idea. I don't buy this idea at all, because I don't think that one video should have so many awards just by your smartness of IQ and all these things. एक वीडियो एक अवार्ड काफी है, ये नहीं कि किसी भी तरह से अवार्ड उसको लेक्राइमल में भी लेना हर जगह. So you innovate more now. Why one video says no award लेने हैं?
No, so one video takes huge amount of effort.
What I'm saying is don't apply your IQ in these things. Apply your IQ in developing more innovation and more surgical recording. Rather than उसी में से 1 मिनट का प्रेजेंट कहीं कर दिया, वहाँ का अवार्ड लिया, 8 मिनट का प्रेजेंट कर दिया, वहाँ ले लिया. Just by changing the theme and the topic and this thing. What I would suggest is, you see, young people who are, budding and all, this message should not be there कि एक ही वीडियो से 9 अवार्ड लेने हैं. हम तो ये कह रहे हैं
9 लेने नहीं है सर, आपको 9 मिलेंगे थोड़े. अगर आपने 9 जगह सबमिट किया, आपको मिलेगा 1 या 2 या कोई भी नहीं.
Keep innovating, keep working on new ideas, keep recording. Each recording, like Bhalla was saying, speculum, like Amit Porwal was saying, speculum. तो हर recording हर एक की होनी चाहिए. And each recording will fetch you some or the other message. That is what I think Vishal also does. I have seen his theatre, and he in Jaipur, I think, has a best kind of a recording system available. So over to
Sir, I have a small request to Pasta sir.
Yeah.
So because it is, the CS Reshmi Award, the format is a little flawed for my liking. I would just suggest you, it is practically impossible to award one, amongst every category. You cannot compare an anterior segment film with a posterior segment film with an oculoplasty film. So either you have subcategories or you name a different posterior segment award differently, because you are selecting amongst all the categories. It's very difficult. It is, for me, it is.
Vishal, तुमने मेरा suggestion पहले ही बोल दिया. I was going to suggest actually.
You might have a posterior segment video in somebody else's name, a anterior segment video in somebody else's name.
Well, we have. You see, times have come that we should now have, Reshmi Award or a video award in virtually all the 18 categories. But we have evolved. You see, when I took over, it was only one. All were clubbed. Then separately anterior, posterior, and general. Now the next thing which Partho will do is we'll have all video categories. If we have 18 subjects there, so 18 subject categories, because it's impossible to compete lacrimal versus say retina or plastic. So my suggestion, which I was going to put forward before the scientific committee, was that each subject category needs a merit certificate or an award or something. You can ask for more nominations and more people donating money for whatever. Namrata can look into it. And because now you can't have just 3 categories: general, anterior segment, and posterior segment. What about plasty, which does not fit anywhere? So, wo chahiye. Now this is the homework for scientific committee to be done maybe from 2022 itself.
Absolutely, sir. Well taken, sir. So you are full of
We need to
ideas.
revisit the guidelines
If
prepared.
it is not anterior segment, posterior segment, it could be, like an innovation or like a technique category. So that could fit
Yeah.
into general subjects also. But yeah, completely agree. Categories have to be, more smart.
Widened, broadened. Right, sir. I think Maipal sir is here. So Maipal sir, closing comments from you.
Well, I think, Partha, as was said by several people, there needs to be encouragement, and we need to encourage changes. And I think you have a great positive person. Lalit has been there, and Namrata, and everybody. I think what is very, very important is that we need to get our presentations to the international standard. Though I think we have already reached that particular stage. But I think constant innovation and what they say in Japanese kaizen, that is a small little steps for improvement. That is what needs to come. I think you are doing a great job. Everyone needs that push and that encouragement, as Vishal said. Agarwal, Virender Agarwal gave him that push, etc. Somebody said that this person from Disha, he gave me the encouragement. Then from Shankara, he gave. What is very, very Raksha said about Santosh, what is very, very important is that we need to bring out these nuances. Like what was said is that passion needs to be there, and we need to ignite that passion. And the second thing is that you need to know the technology. Like when we went on to FACO, the first learning was FACO dynamics, right? That used to be something that everybody wanted. So similarly, you have to have the dynamics of the machinery, the technology that you are using, and how you are editing and how the music, etc. I think a lot of people have brought out great points which are common sense, but I think that did not, it needs to be highlighted, and I think you are doing a great job, because we need to enthuse the youngsters and ignite their passion. That is what I think is your role, which you are fulfilling, and that will take our presentations much, much higher than what we are. And above the international presentations that we have. And All India Ophthalmological Society AIOC conference should be a coveted conference, I would say, for people like they go out to attend. I think people should come back to India and attend these conferences where we should have world-class innovation. I think there is so much of innovation that is there which these videos can capture in Indian circumstances, and that is what we need to encourage the members of AIOS and the youngsters specifically to take the things forward. Great, and it was really very nice listening to all these presenters and how they went on to get the CS Reshmi Award, and obviously listening to Namrata to play smart, because I think she's the smartest woman around in All India Ophthalmological Society.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So I think everything nice has to come to an end, and with this we close this session. And the meaning of the session was to aspire, to put that passion into all the aspirants, so that they reach for the stars. What you said very correctly, sir, that the stars are not just in India, the stars are elsewhere as well. So to reach for the stars, and this is what we meant by these few aspiration webinars that we have conducted. So this was the last of them, but we will keep continuing with our efforts, so that the abstract submissions, the improvement on the quality is so much there, so that we have these young, bright people up there beyond the national platform into the international scenario.
So two small suggestions before we say goodbye or good night. One is that, the video categories have to have all subjects. And second is one webinar which I listed in the chat box is how to prepare, or that word which I caught. One instruction course should be around on keep your hunger. I see on keep your hunger, which will incorporate both what Namrata and Maipal said, that innovations and all will all come in there. Like I see uspe Amit Porwal can do.
Absolutely, Amit. Your homework now. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all chairpersons. Thank you to our fantastic presenters. you just have not won awards, but you have actually stimulated so many of us here at AIOS to go up and make worthful videos. Thank you very much. And thanks to my backend team who have worked very hard for this webinar, Pallavi, Projol, Kinshuk, all of them, and also to Anand, who has been a great help to conduct this webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you. Shubh Ratri. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.